All right, well, let's do a mic test. It is time for a mic test. How is the mic sounding? This is the side of my voice. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let's test Twitch. Twitch, you there? Oh, I'll have to refresh. Probably a little far behind. All right, how about now? Twitch, you there? This is a mic test. Twitch. All right, how about now? Twitch, you there? Okay, it's working. YouTube's giving me a complaining about bitrate. We may have problems. Oh my god. All right, how about now? Twitch, you there? Okay, it's working. Okay, cool. All right, well, I guess we get started. Hopefully the bitrate figures itself out here. But anyways, welcome to the weekend, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. February 14th, I believe, is Valentine's Day. All right, so we have another day of grinding out the Alliance 8 event in Star Citizen. Hopefully today goes a little bit better than yesterday. Hopefully. Cross my fingers. Knock on wood. Knock. Get the joystick configured here. And activate that. Doot doot. We can launch Star Citizen. Azamir, welcome. Nice to see you. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I need to get, like... Wait a minute. Did I already have that stuff going over there? I thought I did. Oh, well. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, let's get into Star Citizen. Let's see if we can get something done. It's pants time and Star Citizen time and breakfast time. I still haven't finished all my breakfast. Dinner last night, I had stir fry with fried tofu. It was delicious. Crispy fried tofu, fresh from the vat of oils. Of course, fried tofu the next day really isn't that great, but you know, the memory's good. The microwave tends to butcher what's special about it, which is the crispiness. Have some tea. But yes, we're wearing pants, Jonelle. You don't have to worry. All right. Let us figure out how to do these damn combat missions. I just gotta walk in and check in his Moby glass. Don't you know that's a bad idea? You know, walk into something. All right. We don't have anything in our inventory. I think if I want to get, like, drinks and whatnot, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Buy, like, cruise in bulk, if possible. What? Hold on. If you have a baby born on the 19th of November, you get a copy of GTA 6 for free in Norway. Is there enough time to knock a girl up and actually, like, make that happen? November, December, January, right? Yeah, there's like 9 months, more than 9 months there. We were looking for armor store. Do they sell cruise here? Nope. How about water? But the girl. But think of the girl, Vertigo. Although, here's the thing, like, Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably going to cost you, like, I don't know, $70, $80 on release. And the baby's going to cost you, like... I like how I can still use my fucking flashlight on this menu. A baby's going to cost you, like, $100,000 over, like, 18 years. I don't think it's worth it unless you plan to, like, walk away from that. Unless you're gonna be a deadbeat dad and just walk away from the relationship. In which case, the mom should, like, inherit, like, the great copy of Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm just gonna say, it doesn't seem like it'd be worth it. I don't think they have Cruise Lux to be sold here. I'm looking all over the fucking place. I don't think it's... yeah, I don't think they have what I'm looking for. I just wanted to buy it in bulk. How much is that too much to ask, Star Citizen? Whee. Might cost as high as $20 a month if they go to subscriptions. I don't know, like, subscriptions are just don't seem to really work well these days. Usually you're better off going free to play and shoving in as much microtransactions as possible. That's usually like the best. Best way of doing it. Those shark cards worked out really good for GTA 5. I mean, why wouldn't they just do that again, right? Just more shark cards. Sell in-game currency. And then make everything, like, really hard to grind for. And just let the hackers, like, ruin the online community. There we go. That's good enough. My noodles. Can I jump in here? Is there glass here? Doesn't look like it. If it is, it's way too clean. Want to go to hangers and halves. I mean, like, selling, like, in-game currency for, like, real-world money is probably about just about as good as, like, a subscription. If not better, because you can milk some people for more and other people for less. Alright, let's get the Corsair out. Hopefully our MFDs don't bug out this time. Oh, and we need to... store that. We need to pull it out in the hangar. Yeah, but everybody pays the same amount for a subscription, and that's not what you want as a developer or a publisher. You want some people to pay more who can pay more, and you want the people who can't pay less to not play your game. You don't want the poors in your game because they don't have any money. They're a waste of bandwidth. Unless you want people to be, like, you know, fodder for the people who are rich. In which case, you do want them in the game. Only for to help amuse the people who are actually paying for things. Okay. They just need tiers of subs and include a stimulus in game for whales. Well, they already have tiered subs in Star Citizen. Hey, Danger Hobo. Nice to see ya. They have a $10 and $20 tier sub for Star Citizen. We're gonna get to the back here. We're gonna open all the doors. How come this one didn't get pegged open? Oh, because I locked it. There we go. It's beautiful. And there's nothing in there, of course. Did you do the No Man's Sky event? No. No, I didn't. Kill that. Reduce the coolers. We don't need that much cooling on the ship. And more power to the guns. Oh, and we need to get rid of the... what is it? Badger laser repeaters? I don't even know why they're part of that fire group. That man has been a lumbersexual for... I mean, like, I'm committed. And on more than one level. Or maybe he's like, I should be committed. To a place that has more than one level. Alright, so now we're free. Pew pew! Definitely have to go into quantum. Let's go find a contract that we can actually complete. Handle tractor beam, 54K. X against Alliance Aid. Okay, let's try this 74K, I guess. I should really just take a different one. So I've been doing these 74K ones, and they've just been not working out for me. They have been making me sad. Oh, there's actually a player here. Oh no, that's not it. He's not actually a player. Got a Valk, Hornet, Valk. Let's drop out of quantum. Pew, pew, pew. Valk's a tough ship. Tough little ship. Ah, they're still doing the network desync shit. You know, if he hadn't turned away from that Valk, maybe he would have won that trade. We need to, like, zoom away so we can recharge our front face. Let the rear take some damage. There we go, front's recharging. I'm surprised how quickly these size 3 shields recharge. It's ridiculous. Just DPS trade, that's all you do. Is that a golem? I think it is. Someone's out here mining. You're looking at buying a mill from China, like one of those little, like trailer ones where you hitch to the back of a truck or something. How come I can't lock onto this guy? Must be a stealth ship. It's a Talon. Pew. Let's kill this other one first, real quick. Easy peasy. Come on. They weren't jumping all over the fucking place. This would be a lot easier. Come on. God, how tough is this thing? And he just fucking dances away every time I hit him. Fuck you, finally. Jesus Christ. Let's see, more pines to you. You can buy a new truck and still give away wood, like 3 pines a year. Like 3 pine trees a year? Whereas, like, usually we go by cords of wood, which is like a cubic yard of wood. Because everybody wants a skid loader, Danger Hobo. Everybody. They're so cool. And everybody wants like a little... Everybody wants one for like working in their fucking property. Anytime those things showed up on the used market, they got scooped up pretty quickly. Everyone wants one for like gardening or just like maintaining their property. Ship of distress. Escort needed. I guess we'll do the ship of distress one. We should start writing down the whatchamacallit. Just start writing down the amount of points these things pay out. I really don't need the money. I more need the the points. Well, it's up to you. Like, if the old truck's still working out. That guy's shooting at me.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
If the old truck's still working out, you might as well just keep it and buy a sawmill. And that way you can sell wood, right? That's the whole point. Own a sawmill. I mean, obviously you're not making firewood. Otherwise you'd be buying a log splitter. Probably already own one, though.
Congratulations. Target is
Well, that was easy. Lars gives 300. Okay, Vok. What am I defending? It's a Hull A. Fuck you, Avenger Titan. No, that's not an Avenger. That's an Arrow.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
I mean, hell, game, give me more of this. I'm gonna do more of that. That's actually easier than the last mission I did. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get my spreadsheet out. All right. Points log. Let's see here. The 129 missions most affect the last one. Okay. Put the mission here. Right. Write the number of the mission that gave us stuff here. They have points and money. Time to complete. And this one definitely, like, did a pretty good job of getting me, like, and yeah, I think we'll probably just keep doing that one, because that one paid like 120 something. We're up to 349, 495. Ship in distress. Yeah. I'm gonna activate this thing. That way I don't have to scroll forever. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. This one. No. A little further. Go to cargo jacking. Resource raider. Ship in distress. One, 2, 500. There we go.
Shield system offline.
Let's see here. Oh, I think this one's gonna be bugged. Because they're not gonna be able to get to it.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Even if you get to it, there's nothing. There's gonna be nothing there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Yeah, 1.7 million meters is. You're not making that trip. I can't lock onto it, so we're not doing that. Priority. Supply thief. Sure, let's do a 13K. $13,500. Don't know why it won't let me set destination, but...
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
There used to be a timer. Where is it? Stopwatch. The timer work. Yeah, there's no timer on the HUD. What are we starting at? 8:51. Let's run how many minutes this is going to be. Gotta be careful of running into asteroids. Come on at me, bro. I mean, if you're just gonna want to fly at me and eat laser, go for it. I think there's a second ship here. Missing every fucking shot. There we go. There's a saber. And E2 is having some problems. Honestly, stagger fire on this thing doesn't work worth a shit. It just lurches all over the place, teleporting. Die already, Jesus. That was 8:56. So 5 minutes. How many points did we get for that? Three, 5, 7. We were last at... $75 points. Not worth it. Way too fucking long. I should probably switch the money and the points. That's how I'm gonna... Control X. Control V. Yeah. Definitely go a lot faster, but... What I'm gonna do. Definitely want a new contract. Yep, went a little too far. All the way to the fucking bottom, it looks like. I think I want to do 129. Ship of Distress. I want to get to this. Eat that. Money, 129. 500. Head over to the maps function. Whatever. You doing your Dyson Sphere project? That was actually kind of a fun game. I just have problems with, like, completing factory games. Satisfactory Factorio. The way they did the ship defensive ships is stupid. What? The ship defensive ships? I was getting 150 for a 36k resource raider combat mission. Yeah, we'll hit one of those up here. What is going on? There's no asteroids here. The defensive ships? Okay. So I guess they changed combat a little bit. Nine o'clock. Probably dropped out a little too far. That's a herald. Well, as long as they're on me, I'm fine with that. But also we can do decoupled. So we don't have anything to run into in this area. I haven't seen a herald in forever. Same with the hawk.
Contact.
What is that, a talon?
Shield system is hit. Congratulations. Target is destroyed. Contact.
2 talons, maybe.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed. Shield system is hit. Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
That was 3 minutes for that mission. Started at 9, now it's 9:03. 3 minutes, and then what did we get for our trouble? The 3790. 37, really? 3790. 3570. That's actually pretty good. 2,200 points. Only took us 3 minutes to do it. Hawk still can't take damage on its main part. Really? I was able to kill it. So that was, yeah, there you go. Only took 3 minutes to do that thing. Let's see here. What was our 3795? 795 point. Then we need to do another contract. Come on. What else we got? Ship in distress. 129k. Resource raiders. Hmm. $36. 500. All right, let's get this going. Yeah, like really close range. They're really reliant on the
Shield system offline.
the convergence of your guns.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is
All right.
now
What if the factory, Dovahkiin, or yeah, Danger Hobo, Danger. What if it yields a girlfriend Spidertron? Because they have those in Factorio. It's powered by a fish. Spidertron. Just like the recipe for creating a Spidertron contains one fish.
contact. Shield system.
All right, 906. Why is this guy flipping out? He like in the asteroid or something? The fuck? I mean, this is gonna take a little bit longer. Let's try spinning, that's a good trick. He's doing the Anakin Skywalker. Motherfucker's trying to be a wizard.
Congratulations.
Alright, one down. So I only have to neutralize targets. This, what is this guy? He's not one of my targets.
Shield system is hit. Contact.
This fucker should be dead, considering how much damage I hit him with, but he's not.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
906, 908. Now there's another ship here. Probably a player.
Contact.
Hello?
Shield system is hit.
Sometimes my guns just like to fire themselves, it seems. Oh, cool. We're out of juice. We're out of mana. Used up all my guns. Now we just get to, like, sit here and, like, get shot.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
910. I really don't feel like my...
Contact.
I don't feel like my power is, like... The weapon power is helping me out a lot.
Shield system is hit.
The guns aren't recharging that fast.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
911, which would be 5 minutes. And let's take a look at what we got points wise. Three 9. 3945. Three 7 3 9 45. Subtract 3 7 95. 150. I'm gonna say the ship in distress mission was better. It took 3 minutes to complete. Roughly, well, you know, depending on how you engage. And paid more. Gave me more points. Hey, Zeth, welcome. They're playing the EVE Online soundtrack. The bronze kneecap. All right, so what else we got? It's like brought up to, yeah. Not only Vertigo, not only are you listening to the EVE Online soundtrack, but you've got a spreadsheet out. I just need to be able to keep track of, like,
Shield system is hit.
Fuck you did?
Friendly fire.
I mean, you sure about this?
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
Fuck off? I guess he just wanted to, like, get a respawn faster or something? I don't know. I mean, he decided to shoot at me. I was defending myself. Anyways, just Star Citizen community in a nutshell. Well, I need to respawn. I guess I'll just shoot this guy over here and have him kill me. Let's see here. There's a ship in trouble. Did I do a ship in trouble one alright? Supply thief. Let's do a ship in trouble. What was that one? 3,200? Exactly. Hey, Cody. Well, it's going better than yesterday. That's for fucking sure. Because we couldn't get a goddamn one of these combat missions finished yesterday for the life of me.
Contact. Auto drive is now on.
Made me really sad.
Auto drive is now
Really sad. So 9:15, we're on site. Clocking in.
shield system on.
Now what we got here? A Pisces. I don't know. Pisces could be a problem. Here's some little ship.
Front impact warning.
Project Hyperion. Maybe bugged. I don't know. I haven't done the ASD stuff in a while. It's Get that recombinant shit. I hear the pipes may be a problem. I got him.
Target is destroyed.
Waiting for the reinforcements to show up.
Contact. Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
Well, that was easy.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
All right, 9:15 to 9:17, so like 2 minutes. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our. We're up to 495, 4095. That was 100 points. I could do that math. Well, something like that. 4095, subtract 39, 45, 150. You can. Yep, we're making progress today. Look, we managed to complete a bunch of missions. Right? So we're less sad today as a result. No, these are the default M series lasers. So yeah, you can do the Ormandi solo. I've done it. It's well, they may have buffed the damn thing, but it could be bugged too. Who knows? But the Ormandi can be done solo. I've done it before. Depending on your capabilities and whether you know its attack patterns and whatnot, it's usually worth taking another person in though with, because then you can have one person take all the aggro and then you can shoot the weak spots. We can delete that M. All right, so we got all that. So it looks like, yeah, running the ship in distress here is probably your best bet points-wise. 220. Only takes 3 minutes. Slowly chopping our way through this. Da, 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 da. All right. It's going to take us a while to get through all this. These priority events. See, we've actually gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missions completed today. And yesterday I couldn't even complete one. It's constantly struggling. Come on, scroll up. Protection detail needed. There's tacking. They're looking for additional security. Stop cargo heists. Hauler hunters. There's a current emergency happening. Tech Alliance haulers get their hands on the raid to supplies efforts. Tracking the group asteroid mining base. I think this was the mission I was having problems with yesterday. So, Hauler Hunters. $74, $250. All right, well, let's go. I mean, it's like it changes depending on the patch whether the guns are good, Danger Hobo. A long time ago, the M series laser cannons were actually really brutally damaging, and laser repeaters sucked ass. And then CIG changed how weapons worked, and now laser repeaters were good and laser cannons sucked. And then every ship that had laser cannons by default sucked, and all the ships that had repeaters were good. And CIG nerfed ballistics, so any ships that had ballistics by default sucked ass. And was it 923? I can write that down in the spreadsheet, in fact. There we go. Let myself know. Always sucked? Nope, there was a patch where the M series laser cannons were actually baller. It was like 3.0 to like 3.4. Mercury Star Runner, Caterpillar with tactical issues. Silencer attack. I think of attritions on top and front facing, deadbolts on the side, and rattlers on the rear missiles if possible. I would recommend for defensive turrets, whatever the highest velocity weapons you can get. Velocity is more important for like shooing away small targets or just hitting stuff in general. Attritions are nice if you can actually hit stuff. So it depends on what you're aiming at. Can you run into that asteroid for me? I'd appreciate it. I mean, it doesn't matter how much your damage is if you've missed 90% of your shots. Yeah, that's what I wanted, that shit. He did exactly what I wanted. This mission's definitely gonna take a while. So for your smaller defensive turrets on the Starlancer attack, use the Panther laser repeaters, I think. They're size 3s, or Rhinos, size 4s. For stuff that's like size 5, you may want to consider like more DPS like the attritions. But you definitely want to be concerned of like damage projectile velocity. That's definitely something you should be concerned about. Because you have to be able to hit your targets in order to do damage. I'm gonna rotate the ship. Using like the M series laser cannon. Sure, the laser cannons have a high damage output, right? Per hit. High damage per hit. But they also have a really low velocity and a really low fire rate. And if you have enough like Rhinos and Galdarines coming out the front of your ship, doesn't matter the damage is really low per shot. Like you still like tear through shields, as we're having right now. This both this Mercury Star Runner and this Caterpillar are tearing me apart. But size 3 shields can regenerate pretty quickly if you like you're not taking damage. But these laser cannons are actually working pretty good for me because I'm shooting at a Caterpillar. Caterpillars are big and slow. Same with the Mercury Star Runner. It's big and slow, easy to hit. But the higher velocity rapid fire weapons like the Rhinos and the Panthers, they'll give you a little bit more flexibility, in which it depends on what you're attacking. You know. Why won't you? There we go. I was about to say, why won't you die? And he did. I just need to recharge my front shields. And they're recharged. There you go. He just vaporized him. That was 928. I had to have written this round. This had to have been like 923. Dyspexius. That was what, 5 minutes? Right, it is 5. And what was our points total? Rattlers, I don't know. I prefer Dominators, anything EM guided. Rattlers are IR guided. They don't really block on everything that well. So not for 4320 gives us, minimize that. So subtract, oops, 40, 95, I get 225. Actually, wasn't so bad. Luckily, I was able to use the asteroids to clean up a couple of the ships. Thankfully, the pilots are really bad. The ship in distress one's probably your best bet. The Hauler Hunter worked out pretty good, but it has a high points total. 4320, yeah. 25. Mm. Mm. If you're fighting other players, you can go look at a loadout here. Performance viewers, attack. Can't remember all the loadout. Can't remember all the guns on a Star Lancer. Guys, okay, it's the M6As. I'm assuming these are for the pilot controlled as ignites. Yeah, I changed these out for Dominators, like immediately. I mean, if you want to run Rattlers, go for it. But Rattlers are infrared guided, and well, infrared's not that great right now. It's really easy to lower your EM, or it's actually really easy to lower your infrared emissions dramatically. And infrared can be flared off super easy. EM stuff tends to be more sticky when it comes to after you fire and lock. So Dominators will actually do like damage. So I recommend Dominators. See here. I think these are pilot controlled, right? The Galdarine. No, these are like the seats. Yeah, you can keep the Galdarine repeaters. Those are fine. These are the door guns. I don't think you really have a choice there. Rhino laser repeaters. Thunderbolts are fine. I definitely get rid of these M6As. I would look at like definitely speed here for the projectile speed. So rhinos, breaknecks I hear are pretty decent, but you have to have a shiv, access to a shiv to like get that. Omni skies are also another choice. 1344 is better. Revenants are a choice as well. Attritions are 1,000. When you start getting around 900 meters per second, you start having a real problem hitting things. So if you want to do better against players and whatnot, I really recommend the rhinos. It really does depend. And for like the size 5s, you can step up to something that has higher damage per shot. Let's take a look at here. Attrition 5s, ADBs. Because these turrets on the side are like, they really have a really bad arc and they're designed to like shoot at the ground. So if you're engaging like space targets with them, the size 5s really just don't have that good of velocity to begin with. And you have, I think we have the Galdarines. Yeah, the Galdarines, you can put on 1800. Light Strikes, Breakneck, Omni Skies. Ooh. So you can put Omni Sky, what is that, 15s on there? If you kind of want to have a trade-off between DPS, you know, higher damage per shot and like some velocity, but you want to shoot at bigger stuff. Or you can just put attritions on there too. But you're going to be dealing with like the 1,000 meters per second, so it's going to be difficult to hit stuff. So if anybody gets into this turret and they're like, oh, I'm going to shoot at this Gladius over here, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck hitting that Gladius. Even if it's not a player Gladius, even if it's an NPC Gladius. Because these turrets, they point out the side of the ship. And if the turret can't point straight forward, this is a thing in Star Citizen that not many people realize. Don't save. So if we just draw a ship here. Right, let's just draw a long ship. Starlancer attack, right? Draw a really crappy Starlancer attack. I can't remember how the Starlancer attack looks, but here you go. Here's a Starlancer attack. Could be a constellation as well. So if you have a turret, like right here on top, okay, you have pilot-controlled guns right here. Oops, that was me having like a shaky hand. So if you have pilot-controlled guns, right? Pew, 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 like this. If the turret can point in the same direction the pilot can shoot in, then you end up with a net benefit to the ship. Because the turret gunner can just aim at whatever's in front of the ship. The pilot tends to like control the ship, control where it's pointing. So if the turret gunner can just aim at whatever the pilot's shooting at, you end up with a huge benefit. So ships like the Scorpius, ships like the Hurricane, what else has like forward-facing turrets? Ships like the Carrack. The Carrack, all 4 turrets on the Carrack can point forward and shoot at whatever the fuck the pilot's pointing at. Yes, and the pilot does have control of a turret on the Carrack, so there is that. So that tends to help out a lot, right? It's very easy for this turret gunner to keep up with what's going on with combat. Now, as for like the side turrets on the Starlancer, these guys can't aim forward very well, if I remember correctly. They point down a little bit, and they can't really kind of gimbal forward that well. I haven't been in a Starlancer attack in a long time. And this is something I've noticed flying ships like the Polaris, or gunning in the Polaris, or gunning in other ships that have weird turrets and weird angles like the Corsair. Side turrets have a harder time keeping up with combat because they can't aim at whatever because the pilot tends to dominate the decision-making process. Or ships like the Hammerhead. You have to, or the 890 Jump, you have to fly the ship differently. You have to fly it like an actual gunship, like a C-130. Yet you have to be more concerned about what these guys are doing than what's in front of your ship. And that's difficult for a lot of players It requires you to it requires the pilots to actually communicate with the gunners and ask them what they're seeing, what they want to shoot at, and then flying the ship in a certain way to prioritize their firing arcs and trying to get the side turrets. You actually have another turret back here, right? On the Star Launcher attack, you have a turret back here. So suddenly you have to fly the ship to set up a broadside shot. And a lot of pilots just don't know how to fly a gunship properly to set these shots up. Yeah, so it helps to try to focus everything towards the front of the ship if everybody's a noob. But the more advanced stuff is trying to use your radar. Let's see here. Trying to use your excuse me, I need a sip of tea here. Trying to use your radar and keeping the enemy ship roughly broadside on your radar, and then kind of a midships, because you can do that. You know, you have the side turrets here on the Corsair. Plus, you have a top turret, so everything can shoot. You have a couple turrets that can shoot to the right and to the left on the Corsair, but it's more pronounced on ships like the Hammerhead. If you can keep anything directly to the left or directly to the right of a Hammerhead, you get so much more damage coming out of that ship than if the target's straight in front of you. So that's one thing that's really difficult for a lot of players, is to like be able to read the radar and know, you know, where an enemy ship is on the radar, if it's like straight beside you, whether it's above or below you. Yeah, and we did that with the Perseus. I don't know if anyone was here for that when it was like me, Rob, Exodus flying the Perseus, and I was constantly having to tell Exodus to roll to the right, roll to the right, roll to the right to actually open up my arc of fire so I can actually hit stuff. And that's what you have to do, like when you're in a gunship. You have to listen to your gunners, and you have to listen, like, okay, we need you to rotate the ship this direction, or we need to pitch and yaw, and we need to like roll, you know, turn the ship to the right a few degrees to kind of open up my arc of fire so I can actually shoot at whatever the fuck I'm trying to shoot at. Yeah, you can use the mouse wheel. You have to zoom in. So you can also click on ships. This is a Scorpius. You can click on radar contacts. If you didn't know that. I'm like 60 kilometers. Yeah, nose up on the Polaris. And like this, I could honestly, like, this would be like a good start to this for news. This would be like a long form video though. Like how to actually use a gunship like the Perseus. But yeah, you want, on most ships, on a ship like the Corsair, and a ship like the Hornet, and a ship like the Lightning, Arrow, Gladius, you want all your targets in front of you. On a ship like on a gunship, like the Perseus, the Redeemer, what else? The Star Lancer attack. You want ships to be right beside you, like to the left and to the right, so that your turret gunners can actually, you can get all your turret guns on them at once. The Corsair probably wants stuff in front of it. Like the side turrets are kind of pointless. They're NPC traps. You put NPCs in there. So that's kind of what I recommend for like the Star Lancer is like, you try to get these guys into the fight, and then you try to get all your other stuff to turn this direction, and then you can threaten your forward firing arcs. If you can try to corral enemy ships into your forward firing arcs for the pilot to get even more damage, and then you can have like your front turret swing around and help the engagement. So there is things you can do. In reality, everybody's going to try to end up underneath you, but a lot of ships, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, ships have really good roll in Star Citizen. It's a lot of ships roll really easily, roll really good, especially some of the bigger ships. Hey, this was 50 biddies.
Thanks
500
for
biddies.
all the advice, Smile.
If we look at the Star Lancer attack, let's look at compare. So let's look at the Star Lancer attack versus a Gladius. And we're going to look at this. So the Gladius is obviously just performs really good compared to the Star Lancer. But one thing I wanted to point out is the roll. roll speeds. Starliner's attack has 60 degrees per second, 72 boosted. Gladius has 224, 240 boosted. But still, like that, it's difficult to get out underneath that roll because you have to like circle strafe the ship. And so if you could force the Gladius onto the side where your roll is a lot better than your pitch. Your pitch is only 27. Your roll is 60. So the Starlancer attack has a harder time keeping the nose on a target because your pitch and yaw, I think, are about the same. 27. So your pitch and yaw, like your ability to turn left and up and down, is a lot more limited than your ability to roll. So if you can convince that Gladius to go onto your broadside, either left or right of the ship, it's easier to keep that Gladius in that pocket. So you can get this one of the side turrets and the two top turrets to shoot at it than it is in the front, to keep it in the front. Hey, Amaro, welcome. This would require a lot of, like... I could definitely think, like, this would be a good video to do. This would be a good long-form video to do. I'll put that up there on the fucking list of videos we need to do. So there you go. There's a lot of good ideas here. Gunship. Keep your targets as side arcs using the radar to know where targets are. Basically just kind of knowing where targets are relative to the ship. Gunner's arcs of fire. Yeah, be able to read the radar. What else? Equipping the right weapons. Let's see, higher velocity. So you end up with, like, higher velocity weapons tend to be better multi-purpose. What do you call that? When something can do a lot of different things at once. It's very variable? No, there's a word for that. High damage, low velocity weapons. One of these days, armor penetration will be a thing. How often did you get frame mogged when versatile? Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Versatile. If I'm... Oh, sorry to hear that, Mr. Amaroto. Gramps is still in rehab. And the side arcs in the... communication. Fly to fight in a gunship. Using the radar. We definitely need to, like, emphasize, like, using the radar. That's a really good trick. Yeah. There's probably more here. We'll save this as... It's our desktop. Work in progress. Just getting some ideas in here. Let's see. Gunships are... Perseus. What are their gunships? Hurricane, nah. Scorpius. Kind of Scorpius Hurricane. Star Lancer attack. What else? There's the... Oh, the Redeemer. Alright, so we got some ideas there. So yeah, I don't get really bad frames, like, just out doing these missions here. If I go to, like, New Babbage or, like, Lorville, like, it gets really bad. Especially right now where they're running an event where everybody's, like, going to, like, New Babbage and whatnot. It's really awful. Alright, so we need to get back onto this. Oh, and, let's see here. Harder for ships. There's... It's harder for ships to avoid the firing arcs. It's just... I'm trying to think of how to say this, because I can imagine the situation in my mind. It's harder. It has to do with, like, how a circle works. I know it from, like, being as a mechanic. Cancel that. I know it as a mechanic, right? You have two circles, right? One bigger than the other. And this is like your wheelbase, right? I should probably, like, wheelbase of a truck, right? If we take your wheelbase of a truck, looks like this. You have your front tire, you have your side tire, like here. This is your steer axle. This is your drive axle. And you want to turn. Well, the inside of the tires on the turn go through a different arc than the rear tires. The rear arc goes in a wider arc. And this is why differential was invented. It allows your steer axle they're not tied into each other, so that the tires can turn at a different rate. Doesn't matter. The rear drive axle, since they're hooked to the engine, both tires turn at the same rate, like an old Model A, Ford Model A, before the differential was invented. So it would cause the tires, it would drag one tire around a corner and would wear it out more than the other tire. And then the differential was invented and allowed one tire to spin at a different rate compared to the other tire. But the point I'm getting into is this outside tire has to turn faster than the inside tire, because you're going to go through the turn at the same rate, at the same speed, but the amount of time you're in the turn is going to be the same, right? So therefore, the outside tire has to turn faster to get through the same, to corner through that. Everyone bless the differential. I can't remember what this is called. I think there's a word in science for it, but I can't remember what it is, or a math term for it. But basically, this is the same idea what the differential does, is when you're in a fight with a Gladius and you're rolling the ship, it's harder for the Gladius to stay on you, because the Gladius has to strafe up and around you. The Gladius has to go through a wider arc because it can't be inside you. If you're in a Star Lancer attack and you have a Gladius broadside to you, off your left side, and you're rolling to keep the Gladius in your broadside firing arc, the Gladius has to put more boost to stay in the same spot relative when as you're rolling the Star Lancer. So it's more difficult for the Gladius to stay in that pocket than it is to keep the Gladius. Than it is. It's harder for the Gladius to stay in that pocket to keep up with that roll than it is for the pilot to maintain that pocket, to keep the Gladius in the pocket, because your roll's a lot better than your pitch and yaw. Because the Gladius has to go through a wider arc. The Gladius could be like touching the hole, but it's still probably in a firing arc at that point. Or it's really difficult to do, because you can just strafe into the Gladius and just bump it and kill it that way. But that's the concept I'm trying to get across here. So if the Gladius decides to change directions, you can just kind of like adjust to keep it in that pocket. Usually the Gladius is going to stay like a couple hundred meters away from the Star Lancer. And at that point, you're so far away from the Star Lancer that the further the ship is, the better your firing arc is, right? That's another good point for gunships. Yeah, the more angular velocity, or more just the faster you have to move to actually get out from a firing arc, because that's what's more important in a gunship, is like having more firing arcs exposed to the target. The more guns you're pointing at a target, the harder it is for a target to actually like not take damage. And this is why I recommend higher velocity weapons, because it means it means your engagement envelope is further out. So the further the enemy, the more turrets you can turn to face that enemy, and the higher velocity of the weapons you have equipped, the more likely you're going to hit an enemy, the closer it is to... I need to talk about engagement envelope, but that's basic. What engagement envelope is just an imaginary... What is it? Just an imaginary, like, thing. Like, make a fucking ship here. It's got a turret. Turret's pointing this way. If this turret can turn, like, 180 degrees, like your engagement envelope's like this, and the engagement envelope changes depending on how high the velocity of the weapon, at least in Star Citizen, how high your velocity is of the weapons. So your engagement envelope... Oops. If we expand this a little bit. So you also have hit probability when you get really close to the ship. Like your hit probability is like, I don't know, 100% or something. And then maybe you go a few more meters away from the ship and it drops down to 50%. Because we do have spread with the guns now. The guns aren't like pinpoint accurate like they used to be. A long time ago, all the shots basically went right to where your crosshair was pointed. And then you go a little bit further and your hit probability is 25%. That's the concept of an engagement envelope. You can also have really wacky looking engagement envelopes too. You can combine all the turret facings on a ship. And, like the Carrack, for example, like you'd have your engagement envelope, because of the way the ship is shaped on the Carrack, you have like blind spots like really close to the Carrack where like we can't hit with like certain turrets, or like right straight behind the ship if you're like really close, and then the turrets can angle down if like you're right in the butthole of the Carrack. That's a very difficult position. All you got to do is like pitch and yaw and roll a little bit, and like eventually one of the turrets will be exposed. But this is the concept like of engagement envelope. And there's like, for example, the Hurricane, like you have a 360 degree arc on the top of the turret, plus it goes up like 90 degrees, like maybe it's like 80 degrees. So you have a blind spot straight above the turret. And like you have a blind spot underneath the ship too. And I think it can actually aim down, depress a little bit, so it can, because the hurricane sloped a little bit. I'd have to like get a screenshot of the fine, we'll start this. We'll start thing. Do that. Save that. So that kind of gives you an idea. You can also use the boom. I've seen like clips of people like dropping like troops off the side of a ship and then using like the boom tube to blow up people trying to board you or something, or to come to confirm kills. All right, what the fuck were we doing? We were doing combat missions. I wanted to do not hauler hunters. Well, we could for 225. Ship of distress would probably be your best bet. The 129 one. We're at cargo jacking. I don't want to do like that. Escort needed. I'm gonna do one of these escort needed missions. I want to see what the payout is. Let's go down to Aurora Avenue and get a prostitute. You see girls down there in the fishnets and the mini skirts and whatnot, and the tube tops. In the dead of winter. It's because they're selling something. Alright, we're 10. 10 exactly. On site. Rendezvous ship. It's Cuddy. Not a freelancer. $100i. This guy's gonna come and blow right past me. Definitely need a higher velocity weapons for these. If I had Galdarines or like Rhinos, this would be a lot easier. That should have killed him. Another 100i. I don't care if he's attacking me. $100i is not exactly like that threatening. Up. I have to like wave off of this guy.
Front impact warning. Contact.
Wish this dumb bitch would get off my goddamn MFD. Service requester could fuck off. Yep, looks like the turret guns are helping me out. I think the asteroid got him. I'm too close to the asteroids, I really can't maneuver. Hey! Rendezvous with ship.
Shield system is it.
Just why won't you die already? Nanomachine, son. Alright.
Front impact warning.
Hey, speaking of Redeemers.
Front impact warning.
Is this mission gonna complete at some point? I don't see any ships. I don't remember what the Redeemer has on his top turrets. Oh my god, I wish you would just shut the fuck up. I know that Connie has laser repeaters by default. It's detecting the turrets. Go check out this Redeemer. Maybe we'll get some free guns. Well, this mission's just not going anywhere. Well, this kind of sucks. This guy's missing. No, he's got. Oh. This guy put laser cannons on that. It has. Oh, it has the AD5s or AD guns on them. Can't remember if it's the 4 or the 5s. Gamer rules, so we're free to do whatever we want. M5 cannons, C788s, 84s. Ballistic Gatling, so yeah. They're not the 4s, but it's still good. Yeah, I think this mission's busted. Make sure I got a helmet on before I pop the thing open. God knows I've fucked that up before. I'll have to go inside to unlock the ship. Ooh, 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 do we have the beers? Oh, can't open it up. No, we can't get the beers. Pilot seat. Alt D. Should unlock all the item ports. Otherwise, we just blow this fucking ship up. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't want those laser cannons. Those laser cannons suck. These. Something like that. Don't know if I'm actually going to use these for anything, but they're an option. You know, it's the C788s. I don't know if those are meta or if they actually work worth a shit. Alright, so we got 2 of those, and then we can head over to the Connie. And, yeah, I'm fine. I got a helmet on. Let's see if we can't pick off some of the Galdarine, not the Galdarines. Yeah, it would be Galdarines. Blow this guy up. It's not taking any damage. Well, it's kind of how it should be, really. We're dropping a shit ton of frames, Silver. It's not just you, it's me. We should be, it's stabilized. I reset my router today, too, before I started streaming. Where is the Connie? There it is. Sucks ass. It should be better now. It looks like it's sorted itself out. All right, what do we got here?
Front impact.
Oh, are those attritions? Someone's been doing some upgrading. What's a Taurus? Strike for JS400. If only I could get access. That's a JS400 XL1 quantum drive. Parapet shield. Well, it's only a parapet shield generator, but still. A-rated attrition 5s. Someone has put some effort at upgrading this thing. Excelsior bracer coolers. Really? Should it be like bracers? Those are like size 1s. If I remember correctly. I think someone fucked up when they equipped that. Nah, I don't want to do this. Ship viewer. It's like, I'm trying to remember what you're supposed to put on there, because the size 2 and bracers can fit. Yeah, you can put size 1s in there, and they're bracers, but that's a bad choice. No, you do have enough. Well, if you put them on high, you're better off using like size 2. An Arctic like snowpack. Where's the civvy shit? A-grade civvy shit. Ultraflow. Aphus. Off ice, I believe it's pronounced. And then you can just like do that. That gives you more power for the rest of the ship. You only have to spend 4 power pips to cool the whole ship, as opposed to if you use the bracers. Sure, C grade. Yeah, C grade. You have to do 4 just to barely cool it. 5 if you want to have a little bit of overhead. That'll work. That's 4 power pips, just like the other ones, and they're cheaper. As opposed to using the industrial cool cores, which is like 6 power pips, so you're wasting a whole bunch of power on coolers that you don't need. Freeing up power pips is very important. All right. Let's flip her around. Actually, you know what we need to do? We need to break into this thing. Huh? Friendly fire. So we're going to target. There we go. Target the airlock. Then we're going to get inside. And disable the weapon locks. That should be close enough. More than close enough. Actually, probably want to. Woo. There we go. A little tighter there. I would love to have that XL1 and that JS400, but you can't take components out of this ship. If only. Go. Turn off that. Unlock the item ports. Because you have to have the shields off. Also take some fuses. There you go. Thank you for your contributions to my inventory. Attrition's 5, baby. Don't even have to go to Hurston. Now we're just have to leave them flat in there. We can't latch them. Hey, Tech Zero, welcome. We're doing all right. We're doing better than yesterday. Like, we're actually getting some of these combat missions to complete, except for this one. This one didn't want to complete, so we're just doing some salvaging, getting some weapons. Ah. Getting some ship weapons to our cargo bay. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't get a goddamn single combat mission because there's always something going wrong. But we managed to get like 6 combat missions done, so we're making progress on getting the overall missions done, but there we go. And then let's head over to, like, I don't know, Port Tressler. Drop all this stuff off. I suppose. How come my MFDs are turned off? What the fuck was that all about? Oh, what do we want to do now? We're gonna take the stuff to, like, New Babbage. Not New Babbage. Area 18. Nah, let's just keep running. Keep running Port Tressler. Or not? This was a problem I had yesterday where it's like, I want to get out of here, but the game won't let me. Is my sensors off? Yes, they are. Okay, let's try this again. Port Tressler. Yes, game. I want to go to Port Tressler. Yeah, just whatever the fuck this is happens. I can go to the mining base over here. Can I go to Microtech? Okay, I can go to Microtech. So fine, fuck it, let's go to Microtech. Alright. It looks like we got disconnected briefly. Man, we are dropping tons of frames today. Maybe I need to do a reset. Just another reset or something. Alright, let's get the stuff unloaded. We're a little bit better lined up. There we go. Needs to reset. Lost 100 SU learn item missions that won't complete today. It's just, I know, it sucks. I did what was it, a cargo haul a couple days ago, and it finally gave me my money like the next day I logged in. I thought I lost like over 3 million credits, but it was just super delayed in giving me my money. So maybe tomorrow, LaGrange, like you'll get everything. You'll get like a whole bunch of like progress tomorrow. I'm hoping. All right, I need to update this mission on the spreadsheet. Could not complete. What was that, 4320? Let's write that down just so we know. Don't do that mission again. While grouped up. I'm hoping it's just going to be super delayed. Or maybe CIG, like, fixed the bug. Like, CIG saw everyone grouping up and they're just like, you know what? People are having too much fun. Make it so the missions don't share properly. But more than likely what happened is just bugs. Right? That's more than likely what's happening. Is just like... it's not registering as being completed or something. And there we go. And because we're going to have less patches this year, it means that stuff will stick around a lot longer as a result. Yay! So excited. Some more noodles. Nom 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 nom. All right. Ready to go again. All right, let's cancel this mission. This thing's not working. All right, well, we know missions that work. We don't missions that don't work. Protection detail needed. I'm assuming this one's gonna spawn like a hammerhead. A lot protection detail needed to 20. I mean, we could try it, see what happens. What is the name of this one? That is 233, 250. So we'll see how this works out. Think they learned it for a group would help out, but now I feel bad because I'm just leeching off their turn in, so I can't seem to do anything to help. I mean, so here's the thing: everybody gets the same points, Lagrange. So unless everybody's like wants money, you're not really leeching off anybody. I mean, that's just kind of how Star Citizen works. Like, you know, sometimes like Star Citizen like is like, oh fuck you, you're not going to make any progress today. And other times like Star Citizen like, oh here's a glitch where you can earn like a million credits a minute. And then everybody's like, you can't do that, that's illegal, you're breaking the game. So it's just everybody gets the same. Everybody literally gets the same points. So if you complete one of these Alliance Aid missions, like the Supply Thief mission, for example, like everybody gets 75 points. Everybody. But the money is divided equally amongst all members in the group. So my advice would be just throw your hands up in the air and say, whatever, I'm just gonna take the points. You tried. You tried your best. You saved up the Laranite, you turned it in. Some people got points, you didn't. Just, that's how it goes in Star Citizen. It's unfortunate, but I wouldn't sweat it too much. It is a video game after all. And my advice is don't sweat the petty things. Pet the sweaty things. All right, let's get going. No! My wings! I need those, baby. Didn't snap the wing off, but it snapped the parking sensor off. Shit. I was a little too high off the floor. All right, so we got... I have to repair that. You fucker.
Landing gear up.
We need to find the external landing pads, which are right here. And there's a Hermes right there on it. Well, okay, so CIG's not wiping this year, Vok. So, I mean, thanks for participating in the conversation. They talked to Benoit and Jared talked about it in the last Star Citizen Live, and they said, like, no, we're just gonna do targeted wipes from now on. The limited time event, yeah. And the thing is, also, as going back to, like, the event we're talking about right now, Vok, this stuff is account bound that comes out of this event, so you won't lose this stuff in a wipe. So that's another reason why people are kind of sad that they're not getting completion. Because all the stuff that goes to your account, the stuff that actually goes to your hangar account on the website, that stuff sticks around through wipes. So no, you're not going to lose it all on a wipe. You'll lose some things on a wipe. You know, you'll lose, you know, asterisks on a wipe. But the stuff that's in your hangar on the website, that's the stuff you keep through wipes. And that's what's dropping from this event. Rendezvous with ships. Oh, so this is a protection. I thought this was gonna be like... What's the ship? The ship is a Zeus. Okay, last time I did one of these, the Zeus got EMP'd and, like, got disabled, so I had to get out of my ship to, like, turn the Zeus back on so it could actually, like, continue. And I turned the Zeus back on and it flew away from the ship I came in. It was really obnoxious. So then I had, like, it dropped me off, like, 2 kilometers away from the ship that I came in. Oof. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't know exactly how long this account-bound shit will last, if it does at all. Where's my targeting stuff for this guy? I mean, I can do it. I can eyeball this without a aiming pip. It sucks. Seriously, game. What the fuck? Okay, my scanners are on. My guns are on.
System is hit. Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
Yep, we're... Ah, shit. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart the router. We're dropping all sorts of frames. Yeah. Maybe this mission will get over here pretty quickly, then we can just, like, restart. Yeah, it ain't happening. All right. Just cheap ass. Goddamn cheap ISP. Comcast would do this shit to me as well. It's stabilized, but I'm just gonna have to restart when I get done with this mission. See if that fixes it. If it doesn't, then I guess we're done streaming for today. We'll have to make videos instead. So hopefully we get done here. Let's get some water. So hopefully... This was actually a really easy mission. I just had to kill an A1, which was pathetic. It's not even Comcast anymore. It's like Light Curve. Hey, mission complete. Look at that. So did we write down everything we needed? Time to complete. I can't remember what the time complete was. It's like 5 minutes. So what is our journal? We can do more of those. So 4470. Actually, it's not even that great. Subtract 40 for 320. Yeah, only 150 points. That's not that good. I mean, like, it was easy. Let's that was really, really easy mission. Let's see here. Like, make a notes category here. A1. There we go. So we got notes. Got notes now. That's a good payday considering how easy. Considering it was just like, oh, just kill a single A1 and just wait 5 minutes, and then here's 233,000 credits and 150 progress points. There we go. But anyways, we need to log out here. I think we could just bed log. And this will like take a minute, reset the router, reset the modem. Luckily, I just put everything on the same power strip, so I can just turn the power strip off. I don't have to bend over and press any buttons. That's good. We've been having a lot of drop frames today. All right, log it out to menu. All right. We'll be right back in a few minutes, everybody. We're going to reset.